Wooks and Warlocks contains sex, drugs, and rock and roll, and as such is intended for adults. Listener discretion is advised. Content warnings in the description.
Alright, you cool cats and dirty dogs, we are about to take a far-out tour to the land of Lund, where humans, dwarves, elves, and orcs live side by side with walking, talking, that's right, animal folk. This campaign will follow players on a journey through time and space, from the olden days of explorers and adventurers to the summer of love, and the age of Wooks and Warlocks.
Hello and welcome to Wooks and Warlocks, a TTRPG romp through the summer of love. My name is Trey Miller, and I'll be your dungeon master on this journey through the groovy land of Lund. I am joined by three of the most amazing TTRPG players in the world. I'm going to go ahead and let them introduce themselves.
My name is Anthony Ryan. I'll be playing Xxxzantor, your bugfolk friend from the forest villages of Valbathor. He's an interesting cat, and you'll learn more as we go on through many doors.
Hi, I'm Jessie. My character is Granny Glenda. She is a rogue and, well, she's a little foxy girl, and I will go ahead and pass it over.
I'm John Lombardi. I'll be playing Elijah Woodstone, the Elkfolk farm wizard.
Our journey begins as we zoom in to a certain time and a certain place on the continent of Visandia in the world of Lund. A magical place in the land of Lund. Fleet foxfolk and gargantuan goat men walk side by side with orcs and elves, wielding swords, dealing magic, trading in sightly and unsightly wares in markets across the world, playing music, drinking, loving, but most of all, rocking and rolling. While there are many powers in the land of Lund, few hold the place of prestige in society granted to the benevolent warlocks, magical beings who rule from their tower in the sea, spreading wonder and granting wishes to those who have the strength and fortitude to travel down the road. Yes, the road. An ancient pathway marked by stones, sometimes paved with cobble, often only a dirt path. The road has been traveled by pilgrims and pioneers since time immemorial, and if you make it from the forests of West Candle through the malevolent mountains, past the beast beaches, beyond the swamps of sacrilege, and through to Peninsula Point, you may be one of the few granted passage on the boat to the tower where the warlocks reign supreme. Many have traveled this road. Many hope to receive these boons, some of good intent, some of ill. The warlocks care not from whence you came, or for what your goal might be. The road is a place for all. And today, we zoom in on a particular time and a particular place where a particular bugfolk emerges from the forest to take its first true steps on the road to see the Warlocks.
Okay, you find yourself seeing this large bug creature. He's about 5'17". I don't know what that is in like y'all's stuff, but this he's like a normal sized bug. He's he looks like a big bug, he does have like, I believe he has 4 arms. Let me double check my beautiful character here. I wanted to give him 6, but they only let me give him 4. So he's got 4 arms. He's got carapaces all over him. Looks like natural kind of armor, but he also has like looks like a handmade leather armor, shoulder piece, and little coverings and stuff over all his bug parts. He's got a big, odd-looking scorpion tail poking out the back of him. He seems to have a small, odd-looking egg that kind of glows with a red magnificence that's kind of like trying to burst out of it. And he carries like a wooden staff, and he seems to be missing an eye. He's got a eye patch on. His name is Xxxzantor, and you find Xxxzantor bebopping down this old dusty road, and he's like, and he sees. Do I need to always roll?
Roll for perception.
All right, so he's looking around. He's like, what's going on here, Beckader? And he rolls an 8, so pretty not paying attention to much.
So, with your 8, you actually stub your toe into a sign, and that sign says, "New travelers on the road this way for supplies." And you see a fork in the road, and that fork looks like it's leading to a small village.
So Xxxzantor, he definitely needs supplies. He just walked out of the woods, and he's like, I guess I'll go this way. And he like walks towards the supply area.
So after about 30 minutes of walking in that direction down the road, the farming village in the distance starts to come into view, and you notice that the landscape looks desolate. Where you would expect to see fields of crops, there's just rotting plants. There seems to be carrion in the fields, making a feast out of grubs the size of a head. Approaching you in the distance is someone who looks to be coming of age Elkfolk with large horns, carrying a book.
Hey, you from around here?
Howdy, friend. Yes, my name's Elijah. What can I do you for?
I need some supplies, Elijah.
Well, unfortunately, you're going the wrong way. We got nothing at the farm with these desolate crops, but I'm making my way down to the nearest store on the way down to head down the road. I'd imagine you were doing the same.
Yeah, stores, supplies, that's exactly what you need this as well. We're going to the same.
Let me save you some time. Yeah,
what's your
turn
name?
On around. My name's Elijah Woodstone.
Elijah Woodstone. Pleasure to meet you, Elijah.
I'm a simple farmhand here at the farm.
Oh, yes, I can see that.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
We don't have much work right now, so I'm on a journey with this here book to see if I can't save the farm and figure out what's going on with our land.
You're on a hero's journey with your little book, huh?
It's yeah.
Excellent. Well, nice to meet you, Elijah. I'm Xxzantor.
Nice to meet you, Xxzantor.
Let's go to the store. Let's go check
So
it
as you
out.
guys,
I get confused of which hand to shake.
He puts all 4 towards you.
It's just like we have to do like a kind of in between the two.
He grabs all 4 of them with he takes all 4 of his hands and grabs your one hand and
Not
shakes.
weird at all. Not weirded out at all about this.
His head is leaned incredibly far back, watching all this. Like it's an odd looking thing.
I've made a new friend.
So, you guys, while you're traveling down the road, why don't you describe what Elijah Woodstone looks like?
Oh yeah, Elijah's like he's like 6 foot without the antlers, and they add another like 2.5 depending on the time of year. He's wearing very simple farming clothing. Sorry, let me get into this thing. Wearing simple farming clothing, like a yellowish, I believe, tunic sort of thing that kind of hangs down over some brown pants, or green pants, greenish brown. And he has human hands, so big elk head, human arms, elk feet. So he doesn't need shoes because he's got hooves. That'll come in later when we're dancing. And he has this spell book that's like really gnarly looking. On the back side, it's got like veins and like snaky things that make up the spell book. But yeah, that's him. That's Elijah. He's very simple. He has a dagger on him, is all you can see as far as weapons, and a cool necklace. But like the pendant of the necklace is hidden under his garb, so it's not out in the open.
So it was a bright and sunny day when you guys started on your journey. We find about 2 hours pass before you make it to the general store, and it is now midday. As you approach the general store, there is an elderly woman who at first glance would appear to be a foxfolk. Would you describe what she's doing and what's happening around her as these two gentlemen approach the general store she is sitting in front of?
Well, as they approach the general store, Granny Glenda is playing a game with some kids. And while the kids are glancing towards the direction of the oncoming travelers, she takes advantage of that moment and switches some tiles on the game board.
And could you describe Granny Glenda's appearance for the class?
Granny Glenda overall looks pretty warm and lovable, like you'd want to go up and give her a hug, and like she'd make you some of the best soul food and delicious mashed potatoes you've ever had in your entire life. And she's fairly short in size. She's slouched over on a little cane, and seems to be, for the most part, very old and frail, like she could do no harm.
All right, Elijah and Xxxzantor, can you guys give me perception rolls?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
To let me know
her?
if you see Granny Glenda cheating
Doing
against
that
children in her
sneaky
game.
shit. Doing that sneaky shit over there.
8.
I'm not even gonna look at what it adds. I rolled a 2. I didn't see a damn. I'm just like turned to the side, just introducing myself to everybody. How you doing? I'm Elijah Woodstone. I come from the farm right up on the road there.
So you guys are far too preoccupied with the grandeur of this general store on the road. And it is true, there is a hustle and bustle here at noon on the road. You are far from the only travelers beginning your journey to see the Warlocks today. Looking around, you wager that there are at least 24 other individuals clad in various kinds of armor or clothing, indicative of long travel coming, who are starting on their journey to seek favor from the Warlocks. Amongst the people that you see starting, there are some noteworthy individuals that stand out. Specifically, you see a group of dog folk who seem to prioritize wearing heavy armor and have their fists clad in heavy gauntlets with spikes. These bruiser bulldogs are known throughout the land for their ability as brawlers. You also see a lone rat folk who seems to have the charm of a charismatic king. You just notice that this rat folk seems to be rizzing everyone around them. You also see bird people, you see orcs, you see, well, it's quite the strange sight, but you see a dolphin folk.
Is this all inside the store and around the store?
This is in and around the general store, beginning on the road.
How is the dolphin getting around? Is it just like flopping awkwardly, or does it like have a tank with wheels and someone's pulling it with a wagon?
I like to think that it's sort of like a bathysphere-esque suit, and the dolphin folk does have anthropomorphic legs, much like Elijah Woodstone. It has arms that function
So its
with
tail
phalanges.
just comes out the back.
It has a tail coming out the back.
Cool.
And it is submerged and kept wet by a thin suit of water.
Nice.
Xantor, being a bug person and never have seen a dolphin person, walks right up to this dolphin person and says, "Hello, I am Xantor. What is your name?"
Yes.
My name. That's kind of silly.
It's okay. I've always thought Xantor was kind of silly. I left my tribe because they always made fun of me for my silly name, Xantor. It's
Well, my name is-
you're a silly creature.
My name is-
Let's see. I'll call you Wheezy.
Wheezy F baby.
Wheezy F baby it is. So, is this the right spot? This seems to be very crowded. Is the supplies running short around here?
Yeah, it's definitely the spot. Supplies are not short. They got them all.
No, well, okay, we're in the right place. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. I met up with my dear friend here, and we're just getting some supplies. So thank you so much, and it's a pleasure to meet you. Talk to you later.
Have a nice day now.
So while you guys are introducing yourselves, Granny Glenda does manage to win her game against the children, against all odds.
Hello, you two young gentlemen. I hear that you guys are going down the road, and, well, you see, I am so weak, and perhaps you would consider carrying my supplies and helping me get down the road with you.
Well, yes, ma'am. That wouldn't be a problem at all.
We actually need supplies, so I mean, we'll be happy to carry
help
your
you.
supplies.
Well, I have to buy them first, but don't worry.
You can
I
just give me the
share.
gold.
Young sir,
maybe.
I have been around for a long while, and I know better than to just go around and give strangers gold like that.
She's got a point.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I get that. I'm just, I'm obvious. Look at me. I'm a bug person. We're known to handle money well.
I would like for everyone to roll for history, just to let's see if that
Even
rings
me?
true. Yeah, sure.
One bullshit.
My history's -1.
18?
60.
With your 18 and your 16, you are well. What did you roll? 4?
7, actually.
A 7. So Elijah and Granny Glenda, you guys are well aware that there is not any sort of a trope associated with bug folks that indicates that they are good with finances, but actually, you also realize that with his 7, Xantor doesn't know that. He thinks he's telling the truth.
He's just steady shaking his head.
Well, young fella, I don't know what you've been hearing, but I'm pretty sure someone has given you some wrong information. So
Nice.
Oh, go ahead.
Nice to meet you.
You're going to try to take anyone else's money?
If they're we need supplies. We're gonna be working with Glenda.
Well, I got a little bit of gold. We'll be all right.
She doesn't seem like she can walk well. I was just gonna walk her heavy gold over to the counter. That's being
She
helpful.
just asked us to help carry her supplies, not her. If she had asked us to carry her, I might have denied. Could be a burden. But she seems like she can walk around. We could use some extra hands. And her charm. Look at that face.
In the distance, you hear a call from inside the open-air general market.
For the next 30 minutes, adventure supplies are 25% off.
Hot damn, they're having a sale. We got to get in there.
Now's our time, fellas. Let's go.
So you just see an ocean of people rush in. All of these adventurers at once, all 24 folks are trying to get in at the same time. So I'm gonna need you guys to roll for initiative.
I'm gonna pick up two. Oh, I was trying to pick up two people out of our way.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys a chance to do an action that could give you advantage on your initiative roll. So if you guys have a good action and you want to use a skill for it, we'll do one round of skill checks, and we'll go ahead and start over here with Elijah, since that was he was off the cuff with that. And if that works, you're gonna have advantage on this initiative roll to see if you get into the line in time to take advantage of this flash sale.
So strength check first.
It'd probably be an athletics check if we're using skills.
Oh yeah, skills. Not a straight strength. Skills. There we go. Athletics. All right. Natural 20. First one of the game.
Right. How about that?
Plus 4.
That's
so 24.
Awesome. Okie dokie. So for that nat 20, we're gonna go ahead and give you double your dexterity bonus on your initiative roll.
Oh, nice.
In addition, you'll have advantage, like we talked about. I was going to do an opposed roll, but with a nat 20, I think you should just take it.
So you see Elijah just approaching the crowd, and he just straight up picks two people up and puts them behind us as we're all trying to get in. That was the scene, right? We're all approaching a Black Friday type thing?
Yeah, totally. So does anybody else have anything they'd like to do to try to get advantage on this initiative roll?
Granny Glenda will persuade the people in front of her. Young fellas, I am so old and frail, so will you please just move out of the way for me, because it's hard for me to be standing in line such a long time. So I will... Oh, another natural 20.
No way.
Nice.
Two natural 20.
So the person in front of you just so happens to be our dolphin friend, and he goes,
You can have my spot.
and so the dolphin person is going to trade with you, and you're also going to receive double dexterity bonus on this initiative challenge. Can I please have a D20, by the way? Or actually, let's call it 3D20.
Is this one set up on the app? Do you want us to roll on the thing?
It is not set up on the app, but
So
if you want to roll, you can just tell me what you rolled.
Okay.
We're not set up any encounters on the map or
No
on
worries.
the app, so we're just that's just for your convenience using the thing. So does Xxxzantor have anything he'd like to do to try to get advantage on this initiative roll?
Xxxzantor would see all this and want to pickpocket somebody. He would see all these warriors and mercenaries trying to get. Well, these are just normal people buying stuff. Is that what we figured?
Alrighty, so you're actually going to take advantage of the commotion to try to pickpocket someone.
I would think so.
So you can make an advantage sleight of hand check. Who are you targeting?
Jeez, I know this sounds bad to start off this way, but the most one with the most stuff on them, the most cool.
Okay, roll a perception check real quick to see if you can tell who has the most stuff.
22.
It's the dolphin guy. He's
Alright.
clearly loaded.
And we get the advantage because we're already buddied up to this motherfucker, right?
Yeah, but he's slippery. So
Well, I got a +4 on sleight of hand. Let's see what happens. 14.
Is that with advantage?
No. Let's try that again. It's the 14.
That's a
just
natural 20.
Oh, okay.
Right? Oh, no, that's a 7. The natural 20 was right next to it. All right, so with a 14, the dolphin is going to feel you slipping your little bug hands into his bathos pocket, like a bathysphere chamber. And he's like, dude, what's the deal? And
Sorry. He pulls he's got 4 arms, so one of his arms is he's got 2 of his arms up, and the other arm's flopping and this arm is
So
flopping.
the two of you guys are locked in an interchange, and you're not going to be able to take advantage of this flash sale. But
neither will he.
Neither will he. You guys are you're at odds a little bit now. So the two of you have advantage and double dexterity bonus on an initiative challenge. So let's go ahead and roll for that. Roll for initiative.
Is this everybody? Or just the two that are shopping?
Just the two that are shopping.
Xxxzantor
And you have
feels-
advantage. This is an advantage roll.
21.
All right.
16 plus 8, it would be, right? Yeah, because it's double bonus.
Double bonus.
So that would be 24.
All right. So your challengers, the next highest was 22. So Granny Glenda attempts to get up to the front and is in the third position in line. In front of her is the bulldog boxer, and in front of the bulldog boxer is Elijah Woodstone.
Yeah.
Elijah, you are of course welcome to shop for your friends as well if they would like to tell you what they want. Hello there, Sonny. What can I get for you? Well, my name's Jim James. I run this here establishment, and I'd be happy to get you anything you need for your adventure. Of course, this is what I am here for. I'm here for you.
Jimmy James, look at me. It's me, Elijah.
Oh, Elijah, well, I know you. I've known you since you was just a boy. Are you doing it? I mean,
I'm doing the road,
I
baby.
did hear about the hard things happening down your way. You have my condolences.
Look, they think I'm more talented than I am, and they elected me to do this.
Wait
I
a
will
minute.
do it because it's kind of like a cool vacation
Are
at the
you
same
holding
time.
the Elder's book?
I am.
Well, I thought you couldn't read, Elijah. I
I
thought you
can't
couldn't
read a damn word of this thing, but it's intimidating as hell, isn't it?
I just wonder why they picked someone like you for this particular task. You'd think, well, they had Charles to pick from. They could have picked Chris. I mean, Samantha is quite talented, but
I think it's my height and the fact that my antlers came in a bit girthy this year.
well, I do say, when I think of girth, I think of Elijah Woodstone. What can I do for you, son? I'm so glad you got to the front of the line. We're doing 25% off right now. Whatever you
I'm going
need.
to go ahead and give me a round of them health potions, whatever you got. I'm going to need
Well,
at
them's
least 3
kind
of
of
them.
expensive, okay? So, I've
Come on now.
what I can do is listen, you're gonna have to need more than a 25% discount if you're gonna get set up on this mission, right? But I reckon I've seen you come in here with 3 people, so I'll get you 3 health potions for 15 gold.
Beautiful. Deal.
All right.
What else you got? Anything on special?
Well, if you're talking about special, I mean, I got these mushrooms. They're not the kind we did on your birthday. They're not them mushrooms. These ones, well, they'll put you to sleep. It's not really what you'd want to do at a party, but you can find uses for them. I reckon you could grind them up, use them in a little powder. I know you're a hot hand with flinging a dart.
I can salve them up on my darts. I will take, yeah, absolutely. Give me, what is that?
Listen, I can give you a half pound of these mushrooms that'll concentrate down to probably 3 doses, all right? Listen, I know you're just starting your adventure. People generally starting their adventure have 25 gold. That's what I know, given my special knowledge of these things. I've done a lot of starting the adventures. This is where my shop is.
You've read me like a book. That's exactly what I have.
For 10 gold, I'll give you 3 doses of these mushrooms that will be used as poison. But it's going to take you about the time of a short rest to whatever you might consider a short rest, like a cat nap. Yeah, it'll take you about that long to make the potion, and you're gonna have to dedicate that time.
Sounds good.
If you just use the mushrooms now, they're you concentrate.
Well, that about taps me out, but I appreciate your help.
Did any of your companions? I see that and you see like the other people in line are upset that you and Jimmy Jim James are having this great conversation. They just rolled for initiative to get in this line, and some of them rolled really well, and they thought for sure
I
they
turn
were
around
gonna...
and I say, hey, y'all shut up. Me and Jim James been friends since you don't even know.
Yeah, man, y'all don't even know. We go way back. I'm real happy for him. He's starting his adventure. Why don't you bring your friends on up here? Did you guys need
Hey,
anything?
y'all,
Can I
come
help
on up
y'all
here.
out? I just think we'll go ahead and you guys get the fuck out of line. It's my place. All right.
Come on up
Come
here,
on.
y'all.
Well, young sir, do you happen to have any more of those mushrooms that I could purchase?
Well, I have them mushrooms, and I've also got other mushrooms and some lichen that can make for a little bit of, if you're really, putting people to sleep's one thing, but on this adventure, you're going to have to probably, I mean, not a little old lady like you. I don't imagine. I don't reckon a little old sweet lady like you would like to do something like this. But if you did, you could actually, well, I heard you could kill a man with this lichen. I've reckoned it could do roughly. Sometimes I talk about the amount of damage I can do to a person in the terms of like dice that I could roll on a probability table to determine the amount of damage I did in like an arbitrary game-like system applied to life. But if you were to make some sort of a concentrated poison out of this lichen, I reckon it would do 1d4 of poison damage per dose. And, I could charge about the same as them sleepy mushrooms, and I do have them sleepy mushrooms too. So, half pound, 3 doses, 10 gold. Pick your poison.
Well, Sonny, you know I could never hurt a fly, but how about you give me a half pound of each of those mushrooms, just for medical purposes, of course.
Well, I have heard of people using it as a salve, like if you had like some sort of something you wanted to. Well, I ain't gonna ask too many questions. Here you go, ma'am. You're just the sweetest.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, what about you over there, Mr. Bug? What do you think? Are you interested in doing any shopping?
And I'm messing with this thing. So in my head, I'm thinking Xxzantor probably has like a little pack because he's been on this long journey from his homeland, which is I'll tell you what I've been just adding randomly was a ring of swimming, and I'll tell you why, because he was on this pirate boat. He's a bug. He doesn't really know how to swim. So on his journey from his island over to where we're starting now at the supply store, he had to cross this big freezing ocean. It was very dangerous. He had to do a lot of things he's not proud of, but he did get a ring of swimming because that's how they kept him alive. So that just means he can swim, essentially, in my head. He's also got his little basic hand crossbow. He's also got a disguise kit, I'm thinking, just because he's like a piratey kind of dude, and like he probably got a disguise kit the same way.
You can be like, I'm a bug but dressed as the president.
All right, so you're talking real fast here, and you've given yourself a magic item. So let's go ahead and roll on a D100 to see if your magic item survived the long swim across from the pirate ship where you were on, and we'll make this fair. I think there's a 50% chance that you were able to do this. So, with a D100, you have to roll under a 50.
I can't read that, I'm sorry. Looks like a 1 and a
What did
60.
he get?
61.
Your ring of swimming did help you get across the water, but it has rusted and is just a ring.
Okay. So he's still wearing it.
He's
but
still wearing it,
no
but
longer in
it's
my
no longer
inventory
magical.
as a
You're
useful thing.
drownable.
I'm drownable.
That
is
being
not
said,
good.
Jim James is going to look down at you and he's going to say, well, hey now, I know a thing or two about magic items, and it looks like your ring has rusted out. And as you know, ferrous oxide and aluminum oxide together, they could cause a lot of trouble. They remove the magical properties of the metals that they have magic in them. And I got to tell you the truth here. Here's the truth. I've actually got me one of them rings of swimming right here. And, if you wanted it, for 25 gold, you could have it.
Y'all ain't Jimmy Jam Jim James the best?
So I was also going to use that for gold. Be like, oh, a pirate. He probably has acquired quite a bit of gold over his journey, or lost. I'm 50 is what I had floating around in my head, but I know that's a lot to start with.
So you know everybody else starting with 25. I'm sorry, Jim James isn't telling you this. The DM. Everybody else is starting with 25 gold. So to start with 50 gold, we'll do the same thing. Why don't you roll in a D100 and we'll see how much gold you start with.
He's swindling.
I lost all mine just now.
I know.
That is. I'm sorry. Bad eyes.
Okay.
Oh.
10, that's 14.
You start with 14 gold.
You do only have one eye. You are a one-eyed bug.
So Jim James says, "Wait, do you not have 25 gold pieces? What do you got?" I mean, I don't really need this, but
Let's see what I got here.
Just like pocket lint and like a paper clip.
Yeah, he pulls it out. Will 10 cover it?
oh boy,
You know what? I don't even need to swim, right? This is a road. I've heard tell. I've made it across this water, and I've heard tell that there's not much water from here. Do you have any information on that? What was your name? Jimmy John Jim? What?
Jim James is my name, and if you need
Jimmy
information, my information's my game. But I swear, I just like a little favor if you wanted me to tell you any sort of secrets.
I take money for favors. Yes.
Well,
go ahead.
You've got them little bug hands, and I just got this itch on my back. I wonder what it's like to get scratched by 4 hands at once.
Xxxzantor walks away.
What, is it something I said?
No, sir. I think it was a perfectly fine request.
You scratch my back, I scratch your back. That's what my mammy always said.
That's right, young fella.
All right. Well, listen, I don't want no hard feelings, so why don't you hand him this ring? He can just have it.
All righty. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Jimmy James.
Here you go. That's what you get for being a little kind.
So Jim looks longingly.
Here's that 25 gold out.
Thank you. He's gonna take everybody's gold. He's gonna look longingly at Xantor as he goes away and just kind of like try to reach his back to scratch it, and he can't quite reach the spot that really itches, and you just see him like trying so hard. And nobody asked, but Jim James is an anteater person.
Xantor looks back and like sees this going on, and has a heart. So he goes back and just like stands there for a minute, and they I guess they would meet eyes. Do you think they'd meet eyes at some point, right?
Jim James looks the other way out of respect.
Okay, yeah.
He says that out loud. Like, that's him talking. He says.
Xantor puts an arm on there and just like does like 3 quick fucking scratches and then like walks away, never to make eye contact with this man again.
And Jim James is looking into the distance in the other direction, but he turns his eyes, and his little anteater snout kind of quivers up a little bit.
So the rest of the stuff I got here, we're just gonna assume it's all good. It's like nothing. Just
what
like
other
normal
stuff do you have? What do you have here?
Okay,
What
so the
did you
disguise
do?
kit, we're cool with the disguise kit. A 2-person tent, a 3-dragon ante set, a tinder box, a torch, a wooden staff.
All of those things sound very normal. So you guys begin to make your way. You guys are heading out of the store. Do you guys choose to continue down the path? I will say that the dolphin friend, whose name was rather impronounceable, but we decided to nickname him Wheezy F Baby. Wheezy F Baby is definitely looking at you guys with malice and clear ill intent. Do you guys continue down the path?
I'm going to turn around, stare right back at him, and give him the old western grin.
Roll for intimidation.
Oh, that works. That's a 19 plus whatever. Let me see. Hold on. Intimidation? Oh, plus 0. So natural 19.
So you make eye contact with Wheezy F Baby, who kind of tries to squint one eye and squint it closer and closer, and then his head starts shaking, and then he is very clearly scared, and he goes and runs away in the other direction.
That was a good bluff right there, huh, guys?
Yes, it was.
Thanks,
I didn't know what I
Elijah.
was gonna do. I just figured I'd stare at him back.
You're a very intimidating young man, Elijah. It's good to have around. Glenda, you seem very sweet. What are you guys doing? Are y'all going down the road?
We're heading down the road. That's what we're planning on doing, so we're off to see the Warlocks.
Gotta see the Warlocks about my farm. Ain't gonna survive much longer out here if we're not producing food.
I'm supposed to walk down this road, like to the end. I don't know who the Warlocks are, but this is what the egg is telling you. Have y'all met my egg?
No.
He presents to y'all this big, glowing, like very, very horrible looking thing that's like glowing red. Looks
Howdy,
crazy.
egg. My name's Elijah Woodstone.
What is your egg's name, sir?
He looks at it. He hasn't named it anything yet, so he just looks at it all inquisitively, and he's like, "I'm not sure, but it keeps making these noises like they're kind of like fart noises. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it.
Oh.
Anyway, y'all want to walk together?
I'd be happy to.
Me too.
So about 2 hours passed at the general store at the beginning of the road.
What are your hopes down the road
West
here,
Candle
Xandor?
Forest.
Just picking up conversation down the road.
What?
What are your hopes going down the road?
My hopes are that I can keep my egg safe until it hatches into a great fiery dragon and we can fly all across the world. That's my hope, but
That's
supposedly
pretty cool.
I'm
Have you tried sitting on the egg?
what?
Well, I mean, you sit on it, keep it warm, and then it feels the mother's embrace and pops out into the world.
I keep it strapped on me at all times. I don't sit on it. Like strapped. It's strapped to me at all times.
Is it strapped to the front or the back?
To the side.
No.
Oh. Well,
Check.
alright.
So 2 hours passed while you were at the general store, and you've been on the road for another 2 hours, and the sun is getting low on the horizon. Although it is not quite evening yet, the tall trees and mountains cause you to be obscured in shadow. As the road darkens, it is hard to tell the difference between the forest and the path in front of you. Soon, it will be too dark to safely make camp. Do you choose to proceed?
Well, fellas, I think we should stop and make camp for the night. I can't see anything when it gets this dark outside.
If we'd like to make a little more footing, I'm pretty sure my nose could take us some portion of the way, but you all right. We do need to camp here soon.
I'm good with the first shift. I got dark vision. I could stay up pretty late. I usually stay up and watch the camp anyway. I got first shift. You guys want to go ahead and set it up?
Do you all have any camping gear or bedrolls or
Hell
any such?
yeah. Here's my 2-person tent. Here's my tinder box. Here's my, this is my staff, but that's about it. Some stuff to make a fire and a little spot.
I got a bedroll myself, so I'm fine. Granny?
Oh, I believe I also have a bedroll, too.
Come on, Elijah. Let's get this shit set up.
All right, we're going to set up camp.
Alrighty, so you guys make camp and you've established you're going to take turns on watch. Is that the case?
Yeah, I think I can do a little control flames here.
Alright, so you can make a little bonfire.
Make a little fire.
I think I got 60 feet dark vision.
Mold the earth for a little fire pit. Control flames and make a little campfire. There we go.
So the how big of a fire do you make?
Not big, only like a foot.
Like a normal campfire.
Cool. So Xantor, you're on the first watch. Why don't you go ahead and make a perception check?
Eight.
All right. So the the sun has gone down by the time.
Wait, I think that's an 18.
It is an 18, sir.
Great.
Excuse me, 18.
We
So-
need to get you a bigger one.
Xanthor's one eye is bad.
So the sun has set by the time that you all finish making camp. The fire is burning bright but low, and there's little smoke as the flame was made magically. Xanthor's vigilant watch goes undisturbed, and moonlight begins to crest the mountain horizon as night falls in full. After 4 hours, Elijah wakes for second watch.
I'll take over from here, friend. You go ahead and get yourself a little bit of rest.
Thank you, Elijah. It's been pretty chill, brother. See you later.
Oh, what are we doing here?
Perception.
Perception. Ooh, that's not good. I rolled a 6.
So, your watch also goes uninhibited as the moon moves higher in the sky. 4 hours pass, and nothing but the sounds of the forest greet your waked ears. When your watch is over, Granny Glenda wakes to take over watch.
All yours there, Granny. I'm gonna get a little rest.
Why, thank you for that, Sonny. I got an 18 on my perception.
With your 18 in perception, you have one turn to react before the group is ambushed by Wheezy F Baby and his companions. Roll for initiative. You two are going to be in a surprise round. Granny Glenda has one round to act.
That son of a bitch.
Fuck Wheezy, man.
Can I use my my round to warn them so they...
Yeah, that's an option. Sure.
We gonna kill Wheezy.
We'll call that an action to wake everyone.
Yeah,
And then they will each have a turn to
Yeah.
react.
that's what I'll do.
But first, everybody roll for initiative.
Okay. Oh no.
Okie dokie. Did anybody get 20 to 25? No 20 to 25? No. 15 to 20?
I got a 13.
6.
I also got a 6. Oh my god, that's the worst initiative roll I think I've ever had. I rolled a 2.
Oh, was that 10?
Yeah.
Oh, 10. Excuse me. I had 6 plus 4.
Damn it, right.
You have a 10?
Yes.
Okay.
This initiative brought to you by sleekmasters.com.
He's probably mad at me because I, tried to pickpocket him, right? That's what this is about?
Yeah, that's exactly what this is about. And I
This is
mean mugged him to get
100%.
him away from us, but I mean, you can only, a mean mug only goes so
we
far.
made him his friend.
Then he
He's our
just
friend.
plots.
But if it worked, some sweet dolphin gear.
Alrighty. So, Granny Glenda uses her action to wake everyone, so you are no longer surprised and you are able to act this round. Wheezy is going to take his turn. He's gonna move forward to the tent that Xanthor is coming out of. You were in a tent, right?
Yes.
So he's gonna say,
Not cool, bro.
and he's going to throw a javelin at you that has 3 prongs at the front. So it's a trident. And let's see. He rolls an 8, so I have a feeling that is going to not beat your AC. Is that correct?
Yeah. 15.
All right, so he throws this javelin, and it goes wide and clanks to the ground hitting rocks and trees to your right.
Is it just him?
Nope, he has friends with him as well. His companion, wielding knives for fists, an orc, moves forward and attempts a punch attack at Elijah Woodstone.
Shield.
He rolls a natural 1, and so as you don't have to use shield because you do that after the attack. We're gonna play it like this. They're rolling like crap. They've been drinking, and so you see that Wheezy throws wide. His orc friend stumbles in and tries to hit you, but even in your sleepy state, he misses, rolls full around, and trips on the ground, cutting his leg on his own knife. Let's see how much damage he takes.
You just made a terrible mistake, friend.
The bag's over there. So he's going to take 5 damage as he falls on his own knife. Xanthor, it's your turn.
How close am I to Wheezy? He threw a javelin, right? So he's like, let's say, 30 feet or so. I'm going to try to do a crossbow attack.
Yeah, he's about 30 feet. He's probably 20 feet because it's a throw attack.
Yeah, so it's 30 to 120. If I need to back up a little, I would back up.
No, you're good.
Okay. So I'm gonna, step out your tent as you do when you hear javelins and stuff going on, and Xantor's like, you, and as if they're ancient enemies or something. They're not. He's just being pissy. Just pulls out his crossbow, and does a crossbow shot. 10.
A 10 does not hit.
Yeah. So whizzes right by.
So you guys are just waking up, and so you just totally whiff your shot. Like Granny Glenda did a good job waking you up, but you are still half asleep. It is now Elijah's turn.
So as he misses me with that clearly fucking drunk strike that he just threw, and I just kind of turn my head and dodge it, look back, and I'm like, my friend, you have made a horrible decision. And I'm just going to try to attempt to just impale him on the side torso with my antlers.
Roll for antler.
14 to hit.
That's gonna hit.
Nice. It's gonna be, ooh, nice, full damage, max damage, 10 points of damage.
And that's on the bruiser guy, right? The one who fell on the ground.
Yeah, the big guy that tried to punch me.
So, you describe the blow.
So, he just goes, no holding back, full rotation of the neck, and, still in his seated position, he just woke up. And he's going to rotate his neck and just slam the antlers into the rib cage of this orc. And get nasty with it.
Nice. He is down for the count and quite dead. And now there are 23 other travelers.
Pulls out the antlers and just spray.
Alrighty. It is now Wheezy's third companion's turn, and it is an elven archer with a bow, and he pulls back the string on his longbow and lets loose an arrow at Granny Glenda.
Oh, snap.
With an 8, he is going to miss. Giving further credence to the idea that these people have been drinking and attacked.
You should be expecting that now.
So everybody roll for perception.
Granny Granny Glenda got a 15.
Only a 9 over here.
22.
Covered
So
in
with
orc blood.
your 15, you see a glint in the distance. With Granny Glenda, Xanthor, with your 22, you see clearly a flashing magical interference coming from a small fort-like overgrown structure just off the road, slightly to the west. Battle continues, and it is once more Wheezy F Baby, the dolphin folk's turn, and he is going to run forward next to Xanthor and grab his trident and turn around and attempt to make an attack.
Macy is 15. What you got?
He rolls a 19 to hit, so this one's going to connect. But it is a glancing blow. He deals 3 damage. The trident, made for stabbing, does very little damage against your carapace as he swings wide, glinting off the hard shell of your bug form. It is now Glenda's turn.
Okay. So Glenda's going to kind of hobble over to the closest guy that just attacked her new bug companion, and she kind of slips out a dagger out of the inside of her cloaks, but you can barely see it. And, oh no. 9 to hit.
She is attempting a stab attack. Oh, to
Wheezy.
If you're going against Wheezy, you have advantage
Okay.
Nice.
because he is flanked. This will also... Well, I don't think you have sneak attack at level 1 as a rogue. Do you? Maybe you do.
I don't believe so, but...
Okay, let's roll to see if you hit.
Natural 1.
So this was an advantage roll, so the natural one doesn't play. Find out about the crit thing, and you could probably just Google rogue levels if it's not showing up on the thing immediately.
Oh, I do have sneak attack.
Yeah, so as long as it's advantage, you get sneak attack damage. So it is now Xanthor's turn.
Xantor will just try to strike Elijah with his bow staff, just like a normal. Well,
You're gonna try to strike
Trying to
Elijah,
hit me?
No.
no, I'm sorry, not Elijah.
Wheezy
Freaking
F baby.
Wheezy. But yeah,
the dolphin.
he wouldn't. So
Don't
if
hit
he
me.
wants to shoot his crossbow at the new elf, the one that just popped in, the new elf creature, because he gets better like with range
Sure.
attacks right now. So he's not gonna get like an opportunity attack by just like turning and shooting.
As long as you don't move,
yeah,
you
I'm
will
not gonna move. So actually, yeah, I'm gonna try to attack the new elf creature with a crossbow shot
get him.
for 17.
That's gonna hit. Give me some damage.
Takes 9 damage.
You hear a shout in pain from the distance. Ow! It is. Is that your turn?
Yeah, I imagine it's a pretty good shot. You know, it's like flies through the air and like connects in like a solid point of his like midsection, like upper left and chest or something, just like sticks in there. This bolt, right in the titty.
Elijah, it's your turn.
Alright. Elijah's gonna stand up. Say, you thought my horns were bad. Wait till you get a load of this damn spell book. And he's going to think he's really badass. He's gonna cast Mold Earth because it's the one thing he can read in the beginning of this book. It sounds cool, so he's gonna cast it at this guy. But like all it does is like make the sand around him and the dirt around him start to move, and like makes it difficult terrain. But he's like thinking he's gonna like swallow this guy into the earth.
Sure. So you molded earth around the archer, or around?
Oh yeah, around the archer.
So it does sort of freak him out as he he looks around and like he's just been hit by a crossbow, and the very ground beneath him has begun to betray him. You can see that he's growing scared. They're all seeing that, they're sobering up. They are looking defeat in the eye, and he is going to use this as a chance to attempt to run away. And he's going to turn tail and flee. And you're going to hear Wheezy say,
You coward! Get back here! I paid you good money, motherfucker!
and the archer is going to make it about 15 feet through the... How big is Mold Earth?
5 foot cube.
Okay, so he's going to lose 5 feet of his movement then, so he's going to make it about 25 feet. He's going to start running at that point, and he's going to make an additional 30 feet, and he is very far away.
I had expected the ground to open up and swallow him, but I guess scaring him with a little tremor is good as well.
Realizing that he's outnumbered, Wheezy, in a panic, pulls a scroll from his pocket, opens it up, reads the magic incantation, and in a blink of an eye, he misty steps away.
Damn, I'd like to read that scroll.
You are alone in the woods with the body of the orc who accosted you. The light is still flashing slightly to your west.
Well, can I search his body for any reading material?
Oh, certainly, yes.
I'll search him for anything else.
Gold or reading material?
Yeah, so you do find on his body 3 gold. You find his fist weapons, which are like daggers at you hold in your fists,
The kind with like the spikes on the knuckles
like
and
spiked
shit?
brass, like a single spiked brass knuckle.
Gotcha.
You find personal diary filled with notes about this individual's ambitions on the road. And you find...
It's a good toilet read.
You find a scroll. You'll need to identify it.
Oh. I can't read this scroll, but it looks important. It's got a bunch of like shapes, some swirlies.
Well, Sonny will get it figured out for you, don't worry. But until then, I'm going to take those little daggers there that fella had on him.
They're pretty sweet. They got spikes on them, on the knuckles.
Oh, yes. I think I've seen 1 or 2 of these in my time.
You punch something in the face with that, it's not going to forget it.
Oh, Sonny, look at me. I could never hit someone.
I didn't really mean to kill this gentleman with one blow. I just, my horns came in girthy this year.
Why do you guys suppose they attacked us in the middle of the night like that?
I reckon it was because you tried to steal from him. And so he just hired a couple mercenaries to hit us early on the road.
I think he was jealous of our crew.
I agree, Sonny.
We can go.
As you guys talk, the glowing light to your west gleams brighter and brighter, almost in a rhythmic fashion. The strobing of the light calls.
Y'all may have grown up on a farm, but I kind of recognize a party in the distance when I see one, and that looks like it might be a party.
Well, Sonny, I'd like to go check that out. I think we should walk on over towards it.
Yes, bugs like light. That is a lot of light.
As you approach,
Let me see
you
if I can.
notice around you mossy overgrowth covering ancient ruins, older than seemingly recorded history, for there are not records of any society in this area. As you move further down the path, the vines grow thicker,
If it's
and
still
stone
dark,
walls.
can I like control flames us like a little torch or something like that from the
Yeah,
fire? Or I guess we
yeah,
could have
sure.
grabbed one from the fire that we made, right?
Sure. If you guys,
Like
did you
a
guys
little
grab
torch?
a torch? Yeah.
Yeah,
So you're walking with a
light
torch.
Yeah.
You're walking
So
with
we
a
can
torch
see
through this path.
I don't have dark vision. I don't know about y'all.
Approaching the glowing light in the distance, it is about 300 feet away. And you can feel almost a gravitational pull at this point, tugging you towards the light.
Yeah, Granny's gonna walk
I
towards
feel
it.
a little bit of a pull in my chest, like it's like kind of directing me towards this light. Like I feel like a mosquito being drawn toward the light. Like I'm gonna get zapped.
Sonny, I've been waiting for that light at the end of life for a very long time now. I think
Well,
we
you
should
go on ahead. You go
towards it.
first, and we're gonna follow right like just like 5 feet
So
behind.
Granny's gonna go first, huh?
Yeah.
Make a strength saving throw.
Oh boy. Let me pull it up real quick. Oh boy, I got -2. Oh no, 3.
So, as you take your next steps, that gentle, inviting pull sort of becomes a tug. A forceful tug. And all of a sudden, you find yourself sliding inches and then feet with each step.
I'm gonna rope her.
All right?
I'm a rope.
Yeah,
Sorry for those that just listening.
make a
I just did a
cowboy
cowboy
thing.
over my
Lasso.
head because I have rope.
So make
So I'm gonna lasso her.
a ranged dexterity attack to see if you can hit with your lasso.
Okay, that's not bad. I rolled a 12 and I add the dex bonus.
Uh-huh.
That's +4. Nice, 16.
So with your 16, you managed to get the lasso around the upper part of Granny Glenda's torso. And she almost trips a little bit as her arms
I don't want to break her.
relax to her side.
She's so fragile.
Make a disadvantaged strength saving throw to see if you are able to pull her back.
Xantor's watching all this like it's fucking nuts. These people are nuts. Like, are we
15.
getting?
So 15 was the number. You managed to stand strong. You are not pulled, but neither can you pull her back.
I'm gonna take the rope and like hook it onto my horns. That way I have my hands free as well.
Okay.
And I'm still like using my neck, and that's the strongest part of me is my neck. So like I'm like holding her, bracing, and like trying to figure it, and being like, what do I do? We're stuck.
So,
Help us.
So you guys are stuck now with the power of this portal pulling against you. Xantor.
Xantor.
Xantor is just. So
Don't just stand there, do something.
he's not just standing there. He's just like everything's happening so quickly. They're walking down. So it's.
You are
I
being
just
pulled
need to-
a little bit yourself. Like
It's just like as soon as we wake up from the camp. I'm sorry to pull it back a little bit, but that's like, so we wake up from the camp and we start walking and we
I
see
think it was
this,
during the
like,
night.
you're in a battle.
We
Remember
got
there was a
ambushed, right?
During the battle, you saw the glowing light in the forest.
But it was still dark because we
it's
needed a
very
torch.
dark out.
Yeah.
And
So you guys grabbed a torch and walked towards the light.
because we're being drawn
You're
somehow.
being drawn to
now
it.
we're being portaled. Yeah.
Well,
we're being
Don't we
portaled.
roll though to like be drawn or not be drawn?
That's
like,
what
would
you're doing
we-
now. You guys
well,
voluntarily.
I would roll.
You would have had to. You all voluntarily walked towards it. If you had resisted, you would have had to roll. But everybody
See, I
decided
was
to walk.
unclear with what
Your
was
words
going
were,
on
I
there.
believe, bugs like light. So you walked towards the light.
Okay, yes.
But now,
Cool, they're all getting pulled into the portal.
We're stationary.
Obviously, Xantor is just like me in the situation, like a little like shocked at everything that's going on. So he's not resisting or anything. He's just gonna be like,
so
what
if
the
you're not
fuck is going on?
resisting,
'Cause he
one
sees
step
an
at a
old
time,
lady
you're being
getting
drawn in.
He sees an old lady getting like an unmovable object by a large, strong, like deer person, and it's like it doesn't make sense to him. So he's like, I guess he aids. He would aid Elijah.
If you see me, you see me pulling, so you maybe come grab the rope and
he
help.
would run over and help you. Elijah, what the heck, man? Okay, grrr, and he like
Just
runs
pull
over
the
there and
rope.
grabs him. So
All
it's,
right, strength saving throw.
let's throw the other thing here.
I say we go backwards in the direction we came and just keep pulling back.
We'll say 13.
So that's not going to be enough. And as you attempt to help, you find that you yourself are actually pulled away. And you try to help pull them and instead are caught in this gravity-like attraction coming from this light in front of you. And you find yourself pulled forward about 15 feet. So we have, and I'll just position the minis so we can kind of get an idea. This will be the portal. Granny Glenda is about here. Lasso Man is here, and you are in the middle. Xanthor is in the middle. So now the gravitational force on you is as strong as it is on Granny Glenda, and so without the help of an outside force, each turn you're going to be drawn closer to that portal. So let's go ahead and see. We'll just take this initiative in the order of Granny Glenda, then Elijah, then Xanthor, since that's how it naturally fell last round, and we'll treat this like it's time-based. So Granny Glenda, what do you want to do here?
Well, let's see. I'm gonna try to get out of there. I'm gonna try to walk away from the portal as much as I can.
Disadvantage, strength check, saving throw.
The same thing. 11.
So you are pulled 5 feet towards the portal, and that's going to pull Elijah 5 feet towards the portal. You are about 15 feet from the portal. We see that Xanthor is about 35 feet from the portal, and Elijah is now 45 feet from the portal. As you get closer, that force pulling on you becomes stronger and stronger. The saving throw that you have to make becomes more and more difficult as you find you are being pushed against your will towards this aberration in space. This previously inviting, glowing light now is drawing you in against your will. Elijah.
Oh shit. Goddamn. I'm gonna aim. I got the rope tied up in my horns. I'm gonna plant my feet, and I'm gonna aim at my feet, my hand, and I'm gonna rapid cast mold earth, and dig out 5 cubic foot chunks of earth to like plant my feet in a rut.
Nice.
To where like I'm like really stuck into the earth and using the
so
leverage.
You have advantage on your strength saving throw for this round.
They were both 11s, so 15 again.
It's unfortunately now that you're 5 foot closer, it is not enough. So you and Granny are actually going to be drawn without the success of your support. The molded earth actually makes you slide, and you are drawn 10 feet closer. Granny Glenda feels her very essence being tugged by the force of this bright white light.
I don't think we're escaping this, y'all. I think we're
You're right
have to give
next
in.
to Elijah.
Elijah's telling me to give in.
We might just have to give in to this portal, man. I don't think we're gonna beat this.
Yeah, Granny Glenda's just gonna come.
We can't let Granny get sucked in by herself.
I've learned a lot in the woods. Let me try a backflip. Gonna do
Do a backflip.
Can I do like some acrobatics?
Yes.
14.
So you, when Elijah tells you to give up, you respond by suggesting a backflip, and then you leap into the air. The moment that your feet leave the ground, the force of this portal just yanks you, sort of like a skier that goes like slack on their ski line and then is drawn tight by a fast speedboat. You are ripped straight towards this white light, and as Granny Glenda seems like she's going to be the first through the threshold, your bug form is drawn thorax first, back first, into the white light.
Yippee-bee!
That was pretty
insert-
badass, man.
Zeb noise
That
here.
was pretty badass.
So, Granny Glenda, you watch as your new friend soars past you into the light. How do you respond?
So Glenda at this point has seen a lot of things in life, but never has she seen somebody do a backflip to solve a problem for one, and then fall into a portal because of that. So at that point, she is content. She has seen it all. She pulls out her dagger and cuts the rope and just falls back, open arm, into the portal.
You disappear into the white light. Elijah, you are alone. And frankly, without the heavy weight of Granny Glenda and your great strength, you could leave now.
Well, shit, I'm going home. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna fucking climb out of my hole that I dug myself. I'm gonna somersault and just like somersault launch myself, like open arms into the portal. Head and antlers first.
As you tumble into the light, you see what Xanthor and Granny Glenda saw before you. You witness, like a blur in the astral space, history unfold before you. In logical progression, you see the development of new technologies, from agrarian feudal society to democratic free choice to some newfangled mix of all things that have come before. You watch as inventions supersede inventions. You watch as steam power brings locomotion and steamboating and steel manufacture to the world. You watch as steel frame buildings rise high into the skies around the mountains. You see the ancient and old road walked time and time again by inventors and moguls and madmen alike. You see villains and heroes rise and fall. You see armies march. The road travels on and changes form, sometimes changing direction, always leading to the island which floats to the sky. You see something new. You see a world, a version of Lund, where rather than armor, knights travel in chariots that power themselves. You see wizards working wonders through light on screens. You see a world that has almost no magic, like the one from whence you came. And then in a flash, it is all gone. And you find yourself tumbling once more into the woods of the ancient overgrown castle. But this time, you and your friends are not alone. Bright lights shine directly into your eyes from otherworldly torches, and a crowd cheers as 3 women, clad like dryads of the forest, look down at you with wide eyes, mad with surprise. You hear the crowd cheer. You see a banner, and in the common tongue of Lund, written on this banner, are the words, "The Witches of West Candle."
I'm gonna be sick. What the hell was that?
And we're going to go ahead and end our session there. That's going to be a good place to call it quits, as hopefully Elijah keeps his stomach. We'll pick up there next time on the next thrilling installment of Wooks and Warlocks.
Yeah, man.
go, searching through the rubble for what once was spark like a shout in the night. And the sight of the past, it can fill us with fear all night. Though we know the wheel comes back after time. Oh, sweet time. And the soul will rise from the ashes. We will climb as we shout into the night. Let no man mute my battle cry.
Wooks and Warlocks features Anthony Ryan as Xxxzantor the Bugfolk Ranger, Jesse Bennett as Granny Glenda, Half-Foxfolk Rogue, John Lombardi as Elijah Woodstone, the Elkfolk Wizard, and Trey Miller as Dungeon Master. Intro and outro feature the song Flight of the Phoenix by Tirefire. Recording and editing are completed in-house by the Wooks and Warlocks team, recording consultation provided by Adam Horwitz. You can find us online at Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Discord under the name Wooks and Warlocks. Links can be found in the description. If you would like to sponsor an episode of Wooks and Warlocks, please contact us at wooksandwarlocks@gmail.com. Thank you for listening.
Dark clouds brew in a storm deep in the sky. Words spoken in anger, vibrant like a neon sign in the mind's eye, multiplied by time and time again. It stores with love that we lose when we struggle with what's inside, just hoping for hope, something to ward off the fright. And the soul will rise from the ashes. We will climb as we shout into the night.